Hey Patty, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks so much for coming. Today's live stream, whoever finds me, finds me. There's not going to be any alerts. There's not going to be any emails. Basically, I'm here. Most people know I'm here at 9:30. If they're meant to be here, if not, I don't care, right? Hey, what's up there? Cat's Gallery, how's it going? Haven't seen you before. How are you today? So glad you're here. What's up, Mike DeLoach? How you doing? How's everything today? Let's see. Bring a camera here. There you go. Move me over here. Move my camera over. Oh, great. You were being creative today in the art room. Tell me about it. Are you working on a new project? I'd love to hear. You know what I find? I find that a lot of these live streams are becoming too slick. And when I see things get too slick, it's time to get back to basics. The people, the artwork, not all these fancy cameras and everything. I'm just going back to basics. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing here. Just, you know, just those who enjoy art and talk about airbrushing together, that's what's fun. Wow, Mike, it's been 5 days. Why the sabbatical? Just life's been busy? Have you been feeling okay? Yeah, so sometimes it's okay to take a break, you know? It's not a bad thing, that's for sure. Just going to take a sip of water here. I am going to just relax during this live stream. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to enjoy the company of the people who are supposed to be here. Like I said, there was no notifications, no things on Facebook, come to my live stream. Man, if you're looking for me, you'll find me. This is a free live stream. Are we kidding? I'm going to, no, This is great. So this is fantastic. Those who really want to be here are here, you know? Oh, Patty, you haven't airbrushed in a while either. Oh, man. So, Cat's Gallery, what kind of artwork do you do? Multimedia. So you like doing digital art? I love digital art. I don't get to do it as much as I'd like, but I really enjoy it. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing? Nope, you're not gonna find my live stream, guys. I am not putting links. I'm not advertising it. You have to find me. It's a free class. So those who find me are the ones who are gonna find the class. So I appreciate you're here. So glad you're here, Brad. So glad you are here. Mr. John Payne, how's it going? Yeah, no. I'm going to send links. I'm going to do more work when I'm giving away a free class. No way. So, oh, that's so cool. Braden, how you doing? Great to see you. How are you, sir? All the way from Canada. So glad you're here. And thank you so much for stopping by. That's so great. How's it going, Braden? How's everything going with your business? And let's see who else we have here. Yeah, how you feeling, Brad? How's everything? Brad is one of the toughest guys I know. That's for sure. He is definitely one of the toughest guys I know, without a doubt. I'm proud to be his friend. Honored, not proud, honored. Pride's not a good thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if I could work on her necklace a bit. That might be good to do. Ah, thanks, Braden. That means a lot to me. Thank you, sir. I really, really appreciate that. Yes, definitely. Digital is such a great tool. Oh man, I love digital art and how we could use that to create, you know, really amazing paintings. Just make our lives easier. I'm all for making my life easier, and my students for that matter. There we go. Just put that here. So this way I could not get as much overspray as I probably normally would if I didn't do this. So one little bit of knowledge, I just want to say, you know, thank you so much for coming to the pastel live stream the other day. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to get my airbrush, and that's the Xtreme Patriot arrow. As soon as I find it, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the detail mixture in there, and I'm just going to locate that. Where is it? Remember, when you can't find anything, it's usually behind something or under something, and this was behind another bottle. So here's my detail mix, and I create these inks myself, and they're specific to go through your airbrush, and you use them at 25 psi. Right now I'm going to put 4 drops of the detail mixture, and then I'm going to put an additional 6 drops of water, and that's going to create a really nice dilution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey Tone, how you doing today? Colette, how are you? So glad you're here. I don't know if you noticed, but there are no alerts, there's no emails, there's none of that. You know, I basically let it up. Those who are looking for me are going to find me. Okay, so now let me move this aside, move this over, and maybe just darken this up a bit. So we're basically working on her necklace, and I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit. The magic of DSLRs. There we go. See if I can lighten this up. And then we're going to work on one pearl at a time. That's always the best route to go. So what I want to do is, if you haven't gotten Pure Ref yet, that's P-U-R-E-F. It's really amazing. I mean, it's unbelievable how great it is, because it enables your reference to be in front of every other program. And one of the things that I find, actually what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about overspray. I'm just going to take this off. So I want you all to see the work, you know. And if I do that, yes, I might get a little less overspray, but I won't be teaching as much. So I'm going to sacrifice that just so I could teach a little better. Aw, thank you. I always look forward to Wednesdays as well, and you make Wednesdays better, definitely, Patty. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to start with this pearl right here. some weeks it's rare, but I get over it in a sense like, you know, why am I going to give all of these notifications and everything? I mean, it kind of lessens the value of it. And I think it's important to find out who really wants to be here when you don't always send emails and alerts on Facebook, because, you know, I love doing these live streams and everything, I really do. But you have to want to be here. If you don't want to be here, then please don't, you know, honestly. And I'm not trying to, you know, say that, you know, I don't like it when a lot of people are here, of course. But I'm not desperate where, you know, like, please come to my live stream. I think it's a lot of value to it. And that's why I'm kind of having this kind of attitude lately. And I'm honored that you're here. I really am. Those who took time out of their Wednesday to come and, you know, spend it with me, because you guys are my social life. As sad as that might sound to me, you really are. But you can't buy friends, you know. You can't buy, you can't make someone want to be here. And that's how I feel. I feel that, you know, those who are here want to be here. And that makes me happy and really makes me want to give more and more attention to those who want to be here. Those who don't want to be here, they're taken away from those who do. So maybe I'm going to advertise a lot less. You know, maybe I'm not all about, you know, volume or quantity. I'm really about quality. And it's so important that I get to spend time with the right people. Oh yes, you got an alert after I started the live stream, but before that I'll send thumbnails and all that. And today I was just over it. I just didn't want to do that. What I want you to notice is that when I work on one pearl at a time, that pearl is turning round, right? It's nice and round. So it goes from the light, and then it goes slowly towards the darkness in both directions. And you see I have the highlight, but now it's time for me to, even though the photo doesn't show it, it's better that I gradually make this pearl go to darkness in each direction. And that makes it much more realistic. One of the things I teach is, yes, you want to be a photorealist, but there are times when you can actually make it look better than the photograph. And that's what you want to do. Like, if you know the science of light and how light turns, then you're going to be able to actually increase the beauty of your portrait. Aw, thanks, Colette. Colette says I'm stuck with her. I appreciate that more than you know. You too, Patty. Hey, Mr. Patrick, how you doing? Great to see you. How's everything, my friend? A very talented artist, Mr. Patrick. And I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate that. And he hails out of Massachusetts. So isn't that cool? Brad says, got to do something more than serious and hip replacement to miss a class. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. That is so cool. And, you know, you are one of the toughest guys I've ever met. So, I appreciate you. I want you to know. And so my job right now is to make these pearls of wisdom, so to speak, right here on Frida Kahlo's beautiful neck here. There we go. And so I have to pay attention, like, which pearl am I up to? So I'm up to this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the light area. It's interesting because real pearls are not, you know, uniformly sized and round. So these are real pearls you can see on Frida's neck here. Marshall, how you doing today? Good to see you, my friend. How are you? And so this one is right here, and this one right here. What's different about it is I see more of the side piece here. I'm going to put that in. And I might as well do these, move this up a little bit. Move that up. Okay, so we have this pearl and that pearl. And let's get rid of the pencil lines. Pencil lines are these beautiful little training wheels, right? You don't want to get rid of the training wheels before you have balance, and the same goes with your painting. Okay. There we go. So everyone, feel free to talk about anything. It's not about just art. Just don't talk about my competitors. Don't talk about anything like that. But I want to hear about your lives, stuff that's art related and not art related. I don't want to hear about Iwata products. I don't want to hear about anything that is a conflict of interest. Just a little disclaimer. But honestly, I want to know, you know, how was your weekend, all that other stuff. I want to know about your art, any questions you have of of this painting going on, any new endeavors. Now, Braden is really a very interesting person. Braden he's an online entrepreneur, and so I'm going to ask Braden. So Braden, how's your subscriber base going? Are you getting more subscribers? I know you were kind of pivoting your YouTube channel. So I want to know here, how many people on the live stream right now have a YouTube channel? And if they do, what is it about? I'd love to hear. As you can see how we're making, if I think about this necklace as one large necklace and I'm trying to paint it, I'm gonna have trouble. But the thing is, if I look at it and break it down in each individual pearl, it will be a lot easier. So that's something to really look at. And oh, Braden says actually he haven't published yet, but he's in process of moving, and his mom had some health issues. Oh, I hope she feels better. And I'm excited to get some stuff recorded. Oh, that's great. I can't wait. let me know, because I definitely want to support your new channel, Braden. That's important. And I'll even give a blurb, you know, on my social networks for you. I want you to succeed, sir. You will without me, of course, but I want to be as supportive as possible. And Clutch says, is saying hi to everybody. Patty says, still learning. Oh, you do have a YouTube channel. Oh, wow, I gotta check it out if I haven't already. Sometimes my memory is all the way out there. Brad says, these airbrush indie ink paintings make the absolute best underpaintings for color mediums. Thank you, sir. Yes, that's how I developed them. They were originally made for underpaintings, for my acrylic paintings and my pastel paintings. But then I fell in love with airbrush, and I just wanted to make airbrush paintings that were just 100% their own entity, you know, and it made such a big difference. Just going to pull this down, and we have this cast shadow coming down here. Make sure I put that cast shadow there. And let's see what else. Okay, we have this other little part of her necklace here. And we're on a roll, like butter. So there's a little cast shadow here. I'm just going to make sure that I show that cast shadow. I make it a little bit lighter. There we go. And then we have this little stem coming down. And we have this little tiny piece, but first we have this kind of dark vertical piece coming up like this. And with the white pastel, I'll make it really come together right here at this shape. Oh, so Mike started a channel about leatherworking, but realized that he doesn't want to be on camera. Oh, wow. You know, I have some great ideas of how you can do a whole channel without being on camera. Tone says he does, but haven't put up videos in a couple years. Everything he do from sneakers to portraits. He filmed a few, but yes, editing is not easy. Braden also says he only has one for his dog right now. Oh, how cool is that? Bruno the tripod. Oh, I gotta write that down. And how many videos are on that, Braden? Yes, I'm all for people having YouTube channels, especially good people like you guys and girls out there. We need more good people with YouTube channels. So now I get to make these pearls round. Wow! And Braden says, "Do I have an Instagram?" Patty asks Braden if he has an Instagram. Cool. I heard Instagram is really having trouble because of what TikTok is doing to it. That's what I heard. Whether or not that's true or not. So let's just see the little part that I did. I'm just going to move, I'm going to pull back, and you can see just, you know, how much more realistic these are over here. And now I can come in and do these little highlights. And I think that will make a big difference. These little highlights here. And I can also see that the darks are a little strong, so I'm just going to weaken those darks a little bit. think that's a problem, you know, because I have it too dark and it takes away the realism. It's sort of out of balance as far as the lights and dark, so I just got to make sure that I don't throw things out of balance. It's very easy to do. Oh, look at that. Braden says he does top-down shots and only see his hands, and you can do little cards instead of voiceovers. That's great. Yes, Instagram, true. Yeah, Meta owns Instagram as well. But I think, what is that? TikTok is really kind of messing up everything for those other sites. There we go. See how that's much better that I calm down those darks? And I think I was a little out of whack, so I just have to calm that up, calm that down, and that looks much better. And always remember your pencil is your best friend, you know? And so always feel free to go back in with your pencil. And Clutch says when he started his channel, it was rough talking, didn't know what to talk about. But you do get, yeah, you get better, Patrick, right? And that's the thing. And even someone funny looking like me, I get more and more comfortable as time goes on. And that's basically, you know, at first it is pretty scary, but you have to give you time to get used to, you know, something very alien, which is, you know, how crazy is that to be on camera? It is very jarring at first, but if I can get used to it, you guys could get used to it, definitely. So you see, I'm just going to come in and draw them out a little bit better. We'll do those darks. It is tedious sometimes doing something like, you know, a necklace or something, but it's very important to give it its due, because if you get this wrong, all this beautiful work I did in the face will basically be negated. So we have to make sure that even though it's a little thing like this necklace, but we really have to give it the right amount of attention. I started this YouTube channel in 2008. April of 2008 I started this channel. And my ex-wife, she also had a channel, and we were both, you know, one of the first pastel painters ever to be on YouTube. And it was just a great time. going to use this eraser and just shaping out these little stems that are here. Interesting little stems they are. And we'll use the white pastel. Oh, look at that. So Clutch says he's trying to design how he wished to move forward with the whole chunky to hunky thing. Yes, I heard about that. That's really cool. So Patrick is thinking of doing a health-based channel, which is going to be exciting. And Braden says he built a couple of instruments, a ukulele and a banjo. And how do you get over not focusing on the mistakes? Only you would notice. Yeah, you know, do your best and always remember that your current piece is a learning experience to make the next one better. So I know that there's always going to be something missing in every painting, but I'm going to just know that, okay, what I learned here, I take my notes of what I can improve, and then I go from there. Oh, where's my Fons and Porter? Here we go. So the Fons and Porter is these wonderful little circular things right here. And we have one over here. And then we can do these little stems here. I will be right back. Just got to use little boy's room. So be right back. Talks amongst yourselves. Hey everybody, I'm back. Thank you so much for waiting. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We'll back to our beautiful necklace we're working on. So let's see if we can continue with these stems here. They're interesting. I'm going to look at them as shapes and not so much, you know, trying to figure out what they are. You know what movie I watched last night, which was really funny? Not exactly the smartest movie in the world, but I had some downtime and I just decided to relax. And I watched the Brady Bunch movie, and that was really like pure entertainment. It was funny because it was so very nostalgic, and I thought that was very cool. So I really enjoyed that. Oh, thank you. Mr. Payne says, thanks for taking the time to do the live streams. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And Braden says, unfortunately, circumstances change and you don't know if he'll have the opportunity to implement the lessons, those first mistakes. Oh, well, just do your best, and where you are now, your best is enough, right, Braden? That's how I feel. Do your best and leave your results up to God. That's what I do. I do my best, and if my best is, not good enough for whatever reason, then, I'm just going to enjoy the process, right? That's what I want to do. I want to enjoy this process, this opportunity. And how many people can say they had a YouTube channel and they did live streams, and so for that, it's not bad. If we look at it that way, it's just fun, and not many people get to do them. So, little at a time, one pearl at a time, that's what we're doing, my friends. So this is this kind of weird rounded oval one, and then we have, comes here, 1, 2, 3, right? And then this comes over here, we have this one back here like so. And then we have one of those long verticals. And then this guy. That's why drawing is so important. You don't have to know how to draw to be an airbrush artist, but to take it to the next level, you definitely have to draw. And if you take my classes or watch my live streams, you're going to see that drawing is not difficult. Not too difficult for anyone here, that's for sure. Great, so now we can come in with our eraser. And I like this little mono eraser. It's the Mono 0 round, and it's really great. It's like erasing with a pencil. Let's see if I can zoom in, show you. Okay, so right here we'll just erase this around. We'll start with this particular guy. And we'll come here. Ends, so I see I have to erase some of these crazy pencil lines. But don't erase them before it's time, right? That's really important. And that's what we have to do. We have to make this little cool bracelet or necklace she has. We have to make this as round as possible. But just like when we're working on our portraits, right? We're not trying to do this all in one breath. Take our time. There's no rush whatsoever. Ever is there a rush. Let's make this translucent. We can do that by adding some pastel to this. And now we'll come in with our Fonz and Porter, and we'll do this. Actually, we'll use this guy. Soften this up. Tone says he likes that you chat with a bunch of artists while watching one. Yeah, that is so cool, definitely. And Mike says he's trying to learn digital side so he can create his own reference pieces. That is great. Yeah, I recommend the program Frida. It's really fantastic. Oh, Patty says thank you for all I do. I appreciate it. Thank you for being part of the live streams every week. I really think that's wonderful. I don't value that a little. I value that a great deal. And thank you, everybody. And don't forget to smash the like button, people say. That's great. And Clutch, thank you so much for saying so much you learned from this stream. I appreciate it. You guys are fantastic, and the reason why I continue this, you know, honestly. So now it's time to get back to the freehand shield. I want to separate some of these pearls from the other pearls, so what I do is just cover what I don't want to spray and spray where is not covered. So you see I just cover this, and this is where I get a nice hard edge on these particular pearls. See, I can get some nice harder edges, make it look a little more realistic. Perfect. See how we're kind of changing the game a little bit. See how now they're really starting to show a little bit brighter. Remember, you cover what you don't want to paint, and this way you're painting what's not covered. Nice. So you see how they're slowly coming together, and I do mean slowly. When you're doing these details, not exactly the most fun thing in the world, but at least it, you know, that it takes a lot of patience to do the supporting actors of your painting. Oh, Clutch says Frida is great once you get used to it. Yes, that's true. Hey James, how you doing? Great to see you. So that's so cool, and let's see. Braden says, Timothy, have you promoted your interview with Jewel Marie yet? It was really great. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my site, or even on my website. Yeah, that was a lot of fun having that interview with Jewel. She's so hilarious and so down to earth, as you know. Really enjoyed my interview with her. Patty says she needs to sign off to get ready for work. Don't work too hard tomorrow. I hope your day goes by really fun and smooth. And Mike says he's just discovering Procreate and Affinity Designer. I didn't like Affinity Designer that much. appropriate's amazing. Yeah, spell check, but I think spell check's trying to kill me. Definitely. Let's see. So we have several different ones, and sometimes I might just accentuate the differences a little bit, even more than the picture, just to create some clarity and differentiation. We have this one here, and okay, let's move this over. And so these guys right here, so I have been putting off going back to the gym because of COVID, but now I find out that Planet Fitness opened up a gym 2 blocks from my house. So do I go back to the gym? I'm going to take a little poll. Who thinks I should go back to the gym that is pretty much safe with COVID right now? What do you guys think? Will wearing a mask and toweling and washing and disinfecting everything before I use it, going to the gym early in the morning when no one is there on weekdays, do you think that would be enough to enable me to go back to the gym? I would love to hear what you all have to say. Then I'm going to put this little line right here, and we'll work on this. Mike, have a great night. Always a pleasure. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope your workday goes by really fast. That's fantastic. Yes, that's true, Braden. You know, I'm very motivated because I hate gaining weight, and I hate the way I look when I gain weight. For me, not for anyone else, right? But I've been worried about COVID, but since it's by my house, I can go there early in the morning, be in and out before anyone else gets there, and I can even walk it, which is added exercise, and it's only $10 a month, so even I can afford that. Ooh, gotta clean this one up here. And you see how it just kind of builds on one another, right? You know, you see you have your dark, you have your little sandwich over here, sandwich one. The trick is to make sure you keep track of where you're painting. Oh, I do have weights, but there's something about the gym that gets me much more motivated, right? And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, if I get in that groove of going like 4 times a week, then I'm making really good gains. And that's what I want, you know, and that's what I miss about going to the gym is getting those gains and getting out of the house and, you know, really raising my level of determination. You know, I was never really born with the best looks or the best body, so I'm extra, how do I say, motivated to push myself to be the best that I can be regardless of the hand that I was dealt. So if I can, you know, get a better body, better mind, and there's something about going to the gym is much better than, you know, in the house. There's so many distractions in the house. In the gym, there's only one thing to do is work out. And it kind of helps me set a lot of fitness goals. And before the pandemic, I was doing amazing. I was swimming 3 times a week. I was working with weights 4 times a week. And I was just really kicking butt. And then my gym went out of business. And then I went back to this one gym that was maybe about 30 minutes from my house, but they weren't wiping down the machines. And one guy was on the phone and no one did anything about it, you know, and I told the gym attendant that this guy is talking on the phone, and this was during the, you know, the tail end of the height of the pandemic. And I was like, you're not going to do anything? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I'm revoking my membership. Because nothing's worse than getting sick, you know? That's for sure. Ooh, my hat is caved in. There we go. That looks better. And let's see. P90X. Oh my God, I remember that. P90X. And working out creates a chemical reaction that makes us feel better. Yes. I agree. And he has always worked out at home, not at gym. I like the gym better, just the fact of other people working out and everything. But that's just me. A lot of people like working out at home. And, oh, Tone says it's not 2020 anymore. You should be all right to do it, as, like you said. All right, my friend. And he thanks the creator for his high metabolism. Yeah, you look great there, Tone. You're in great shape. Not me, my metabolism slowed down, so I could look at a bagel with cream cheese and gain 4 pounds. And I don't gain in a nice spot either, where I start looking dumpy. And I don't want to do that. You know, I look dumpy enough. I don't want to help it along. And, but for me, not for anyone else, not for anyone to look at or anything like that, just for me. Oh, here we go. We got this nice area here. And you see, we're almost getting to the completion of this, which is quite exciting. Now we can put in a couple of more highlights right here. Oh, there's a nice quasar looking thing going right here. And then here we have a cute heart shape. Let's make sure we put that heart shape in there. Because everyone loves Frida. I love Frida. How could you not love Frida? She was so cute and talented. And very, very talented. Think of Johannes Vermeer and how simple he did that earring in The Girl with the Pearl Earring in the movie. Of course, the painting is the pearl earring. I don't think they're even sure what the title is for that particular painting. This looks like onyx. Right next to the pearl. And here comes the pastel. Here and this beautiful highlight. Look at that, just pow right there. And let's see. Tone says just slim but intermediate fasting though. Wow, 2 times a day. Wow. That is not that much. I eat 2 times, I'll eat 2 times before I go to bed tonight. That's my problem, I think, Tone. Stick with it, be tenacious, right? You're like, I'm gonna get this necklace no matter what happens. I'm not going anywhere. So between me and the necklace loses. Sorry, necklace. One second rule is so important here. Now, those who haven't heard, the 1 second rule is you look for a second and then you paint for a second, but not literally. Whatever increment of time you look, that's how long you paint. So if I'm going to look for 3 seconds, I'm going to paint for 3 seconds. If I'm going to look for 4 seconds, I'm going to paint for 4 seconds. Fresh in your mind, and you're going to be able to recreate what you see. Intermediate fasting is huge. Yes, I heard a lot of good things about it. When I was at the gym, I was talking to this really bodybuilder guy. And I just went to him, I said, man, you're doing fantastic. What someone like me need to do to get cut like that? And he was just like, he said intermittent fasting or intermediate fasting was what he recommended. Now we're getting into the last group of pearls here, which is quite exciting. And the 1 second rule is really going to come in handy here. Brad says, any weight management system is better than joint replacement. So true, yes, that's true. This comes down, we have a little square here, and then this comes out, and then we have a little, looks like a little cast shadow here. Same thing here, but this is a dark cast shadow coming down. Goes all the way in here, like this. Just be tenacious, keep it going, you know, keep looking, keep searching. it'll come to you. But we have to work towards it. Another onyx piece over here. Okay, come in with our eraser. So we'll start with these three, right here, right here, right here, and then we could perfect, or as perfect as we're going to get it right now. And of course we're going to refine as we go, but this is how we block it in, right? Okay. Let's see. This one here. And then we can come here and create sort of a translucency here, because this is onyx, so it's kind of transparent. Just like so, and I think this one has a transparency to it. And that white pastel will really give us that feeling. So let's take a look and see how the necklace is looking. So not bad. So it's starting to look a lot better. And you know, we're getting it. We're almost there. And you can see how we could actually take our work to the next level as long as we're paying attention. Hey Todd, how you going? So glad you're here. And he just went to the dark side and ordered 2 classroom in the boxes and stencil. Oh no, and you know, he's a good friend. Mr. Drew Blair is a great friend, and you can't be steered wrong with Drew. Drew's a friend of the channel, and I think if you bought 2 classrooms in the box, I think you're going to learn a lot from them. So definitely way to go. And oh no, I mean, I think they both have their place, John. I mean, there's a lot of classes out there I definitely don't like, but anything from Drew I think is really fantastic. So way to go. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks John and Brad for the endorsement. I appreciate that so much. Thanks. So Tone says it looks good when I back out, so I appreciate that. And of course I'll make them more realistic as time goes on, but you know, just sort of blocking that in is really important. So looking over here, let's go ahead and work on her dress here, because I know that's probably a scary spot for a lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead and just start it. Let's make that happen. She has a cute little dress here. Thank you guys, but I'm a real big fan of Mr. Drew Blair, I have to say. And you know what? He's a nice guy. I mean, a good guy. And I remember, you know, a lot of great advice Drew gave me over the years. And I always am very thankful. And one thing I do know that he's very good to those who take his class. It's not like, you know, you take his class and you don't hear from him again. You know, he really pays attention to those who he studied with, and always very helpful. Oh, maybe we'll make this lighter. There we go. And we're just going to be tenacious and stick with this. Stick with her cute shirt here. Or dress, I'm not sure. And if I want to softer, more even, I just increase my distance of the airbrush from the surface. I'm going to bring this dark down. Now we're going to darken the overall fabric right here. Micro changes as there's these tiny folds in this dress. Okay, so now we get to come in with the white pastel, which is really cool. And color theory and the tiger, cool. And yes, Patrick did the stargazer, looks great. And you know, you guys are great for the endorsements. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the lighter part of her dress. It's not white, it's lighter than the gray. So I'm just going to make this happen. And then I'll come in with white highlights, or make it where it's a little bit brighter, and then it's going to have some dynamic realism. Get my eraser, erase some of these little pencil lines here. Now I can come in with the white pastel and just do some accents here and there. Because light's not going to hit her dress all in one unified way. And we can just soften that up with this guy. And of course now we have this side right here. Great, so now you can see we have dress going. See how we worked on the dress, which is really cool. Let's finish up this necklace so I can come in with her skin on her trapezius and everything like that. Bring that skin texture down underneath the necklace. It's going to look fantastic. And Clutch says when time permits, though, he would recommend Tim's mentorship. Thank you, sir. Patrick says he's learned way more than he ever thought he would in a couple of months, and as long as he can sustain with work, he will continue. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Tone says he'd like to take a class in a school on it. And Tone, what exactly is that you'd like to take a class on? And Clutch says, darn, Tim, that painting is looking amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Tone. I appreciate it. So now the good part comes. We're going to actually work on her necklace, to continue with the necklace, and then I could bring that beautiful milky skin tones right underneath so that necklace sits on top of her neck. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm just going to stand up and take a little bit of a break, a little stiff neck happening. I'm going to put the kettle on, so hold on guys. So basically my live streams is sort of like, if someone simple like me can do this, then you should all be very excited that you could do it, right? And that's how I feel, you know, if I can do these live streams and, you know, present this and, you know, you see the type of work that can be done if you stick with it. And hopefully it's inspiring to those out there who are like, yes, I would love to do that. Color theory is great, and Drew Blair's color theory is really out of this world, so you can't go wrong, that's for sure, with Drew. If, besides myself, I would definitely say Drew is the way to go, because his knowledge of color is just out of this world, and that's just my honest. That's just the way it is. It's not my opinion. So if you want to learn color, Drew is definitely the guy. I'm gonna do this. So whenever you feel like when you're pushing back, it's just not, you're not getting that same kind of response, just blow out your airbrush, and that's all it takes. And now it's feeling normal. Now if you blow it out and you still have that issue, then you pick the needle. If you blow it out and pick the needle and you still have that, it could be something in the nozzle. You just loosen this, you twirl your needle, pull it out while holding down the trigger, blow out anything that was in there, push that in, and that usually does it 99% of the time. Just do it, definitely. For Drew's color theory, I have to say yes. That's a good idea. Like I said, Drew's a friend of the channel, so, you know, I'm always going to tell you Drew is definitely an amazing artist, which I don't really have to tell anyone. Everyone knows that. And he's a nice guy. So, that nice guy, great artist, great teacher, how can you go wrong? So now we're going to work on the lights, and then we'll work on the darks a little bit later. So let's just get rid of some of these training wheels here. Okay, now that I see that, I can come in and darken this up here. And hit it with this blast of pastel right here. Okay, so it's just basically this is a it's like a block-in. We're going to get a little bit more realistic as time goes, but at least we blocked in our necklace here. Okay, so now what we have to do is start coming in with this beautiful skin tone, and we'll just in here like this. Look at this milky skin that's right there. So beautiful. Just move this skin, which extending from here into her neck. So beautiful. That's why I love being an artist, you know? You get to paint beautiful things like Frida's skin. Although Frida's not with us anymore, it's nice that you can experience that. So going in a round circular motion, and I have many, many years experience with pastel, so I know how it reacts to paper and how much to put down, all of that stuff. But notice how now it works because we have the skin, and you can see the skin on both sides of her necklace. So a lot of times it's the adjacent shapes that really make things come alive. Brad says, Tim, she's really looking great. You've got the heart in this one. Thanks for another great feed. Sorry people gotta go. Hey Brad, you take care of yourself, my friend, and we'll talk soon. You are the best. And let's see, Mr. Patrick says he will do so at some point. And everyone's saying goodnight to Brad. So cool to see you, Brad. Okay, so let's move on down her neck here into her chest. remember, I got that kettle going. Don't let me forget. Sometimes it doesn't whistle. See how it wouldn't work unless I come in with the same flesh tone the other way? You see how that brings everything to life? Without it, it just doesn't work. So it's sticking with it, you know, being tenacious, so when it's time you could really hit that home run. Knock it out of the park. So future these live streams that are recorded, you'll be able to see them on my website, inkflingers.com. So I will be sending a link to my webpage, so you can see this and the earlier ones on my webpage or website. It's not a page; it's a website, and inkflingers.com. Okay, it's getting good, so I will be right back, and I just have to go make myself, I think I'm going to have tea. Be right back. It wouldn't turn off. Okay, so I'm taking no prisoners with this tea here. Look at this. It's a Christmas mug. It says "Merry and Bright" with Rudolph on it. That's a good cup of tea. Oh, Tone asked, who's the lady I'm painting? This is Frida Kahlo. It's one of it's not your typical picture that she's known for. She's very cute in this photo. I mean, she's cute all the time, but she's extra cute in this photo. Yes, Frida Kahlo, that's correct. And the kettle, yes, it's boiled. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate that, my friend. So that's cool. And oh, Frida Kahlo, you should look. There's a movie I want you to watch. It's with Salma Hayek. Can't go wrong with Salma Hayek, right? It's called Frida, Frida. I believe it's free somewhere on the web, and on one of those streaming service channels. Check it out, and it has a pretty solid depiction of her life. There, a lot of movies have a lot of twisting of reality, but this was very close to her life story. And she was a painter. She was married to another painter who was very famous at the time. Frida wasn't. And Frida's an artist, and so is Diego Rivera. Now, Diego Rivera was one of the most famous muralists in the early to mid 20th century in Mexico. And he did a lot of murals here in the United States. He was commissioned by the Rockefellers to do a lot of different walls in different government buildings and office buildings throughout the United States, including places like California and Detroit, New York, and so that's basically it. And so Frida was an artist, but she wasn't famous, so she just quietly continued to paint. And today she's more famous than her husband, who I think Diego is a great artist, don't get me wrong, he really is. And so no slight on Diego, because Diego is great, definitely. And what you're going to see now is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to show her collarbone, and that's about it. I think I'm just going to see the collarbone. But notice how that necklace comes to life when I come in with the skin tone. See how that works? A lot of times the adjacent shape is going to describe your shape more than the shape itself. And here is a perfect example. Hey Nameless, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. How's everything? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. How's it going, sir? Yes, definitely famous and definitely talented and definitely amazing. Great. So now let's work on her collarbone or clavicle. That tea's so good, but it's so hot. Let's see. What are we going to use? What to use? What to use? Let's bring in this anatomical form over here. Move this over. Okay, so right here, we definitely can see a little bit of her collarbone. Let's move this over. See how we use the white to kind of create that collarbone, but we definitely could use the airbrush to help us out a little bit. Let's see where else. There's not many anatomical moments here, because of the cropping and the high key nature of this photograph. see a little bit of a collarbone right here. You want to get that angle right. Then we have this little cast shadow coming out here. Okay, freehand shield time. Let's make this happen, peeps. Right here. I'm just going to pull up this little bit of a cast shadow. See how it's going up against her neck there? Poor baby. That looks like an uncomfortable necklace. Okay, now let's go ahead and, okay, this part of her neck, right? So now we can see things a little more clearly. Now we did all the hard work of her necklace. And I didn't use any stencils, it was pretty much free-handed. So stencils are nice, but if you don't need to use them, that's good too. You have options. Options in life is always a good thing. Let's go over here. Maybe we can darken this blouse of hers. Blouse or neck, or blouse or dress, not sure. She's so cute. There is this dark shape right here, and I'm going to do that, but I'm going to use, I don't know if I have a shield for that. I might have to create one. Let's see. Do I have one? It would just be a face-only shield, and let's see what this does for us. So I can put this here, like so. Actually, what I want to do is probably cut this shape right here. Let's see if I can do that. So don't cut corners, guys, and you know, use that little extra ounce of work is really going to weigh heavily. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to move her aside. Excuse me, Frida. All right, this starts our cutting portion of the live stream. So this shape I want right here. Right along here, a little darken this, so you see what I'm talking about. Right here, I want to cut this. Let's make this happen. Okay, let me take some more tea. Sun tea is great, yes, definitely. It is delicious. I like all teas. Okay, let's make this happen. Let's take our time with this. It's paper, so you don't have to dig into it. But what you want to do is you don't want to drag it along, so you might want to just come from a different direction when you make a turn. And you see that's much better. When when you make a turn, you want to come from a different direction. Because what happens is you kind of drag the paper. Not a good look. Someone also told me that when you're cutting, you want to look a little bit before where you're cutting, and actually your eye follows it, and it's much better. You have more accuracy. So I find that to be the case, and some people say go at a 45-degree angle, and that seems to work. So where did I cut from? Over here. And definitely twirl it around, right? You don't have to stay in one orientation. And you just press it down. See how you press down is a lot better than when you're doing a small area. It's a lot easier to press it down than try and move your blade in such a small area. What happens is, again, you tend to do more of dragging the paper and kind of making an ugly line. So those are things that you want to be weary of. So this was a very pleasant live stream. Thank you everybody for making it so pleasant, those who were here. I appreciate that more than you know. I appreciate you. And I didn't advertise, I didn't put any links on Facebook. Please come to my live stream. None of that. Okay? This was something I wanted to be like, whoever wants to be here is here. That's the way I am some days. Let's see if this works, guys and girls, ladies and gents. When it's not, don't pull it. We just got to find out where is it that it's stuck. Almost this little spot right there. This little bugger. This little corner. I'm just going to press it. Kapow! Look at that. Exactly what we wanted. Okay. Now, Air Todd says, Tim, do people always have to be reminded when you're on? Exactly. Exactly, my friend. That's exactly how I feel. I've been on 9:30 for the past 4 years on Wednesday night. I've seen other live streamers come and go and come and go because they're not consistent. But every Wednesday night I'm here, kapow, every Wednesday night I'm sitting here, and some days I'm like, you know what, I'm not giving any notifications, just not doing it. That was my mood today. let's make this happen. Let me just see that things are lining up nicely. It looks like they are. And if they aren't, I'll fix it. See, this little bit of adjustment will go a long way, and me just trying to wing it, right? No winging it. Oh, so the magnets have to be close. Alright. Let's do this. Detail mixture. 4 drops of detail, 6 drops of water. So I just want to hit this dark here. I'm going to do something that I tell my students, is I'm going to create a hinge and I'm going to see how this works, how it looks. Does it look good? Does it look bad? Does it look nice? Does it look stupid? So, I'm just going to come here, put a hinge up on top. What this does is I could peel it back and then put it back if it's good. And I can just take off the hinges and readjust. So let's see. That's exactly what I wanted. See that? That's exactly what Tim wanted. So you see how we're getting this dark, whatever that dark is. I don't know what it is. But let's continue. Now there will be some adjustments to be made, but how, you know, that's the way it goes. It's not going to be perfect. So right here, you see how we could get underspray over here, and we could get underspray over here. So this is where we're careful. Careful always works. We spend what, another 10 seconds, and then it looks so much better. So 10 seconds, looking better forever. 10 seconds, I think looking better forever is the best. Let's continue putting down our magnetos. Look at that, we're at 11:25 already. Yes, they should already know, my friend. That's my point, exactly. I'm just going to let that dry. I'll be right back, my friends. Thanks, partners. All right, so let's continue darkening that one area that we so nicely went ahead and we put a magnet here. Underspray is not your friend, so make sure you avoid underspray. Now, why don't I go black? It's black in the picture. Because if I go black, it's going to throw everything off. Remember, we're going dark slowly and together. So we're not going to hit the darkest darks just yet. We're painting like the old masters, not like a billboard painter. So we're not trying to get it right immediately. If someone tells you to do that, that's wrong. So, well, I can't say it's wrong. It's just not my approach. I have my own approach. But the thing is, you know, from studying all those years, we were always told to gradually get darker and darker. But let's see how it looks. Papow! Look at Frida! So adorable. Look at her. She is so cute. And so you see how this little shape, I'm not sure what it is. I didn't take the photograph. But you can see how it kind of balances everything out. Now if I went super black here, then everything here would look totally out of whack. So I got to bring it together. So that's why it's so important, you know? Raul, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for coming by. How's it going, sir? And now, see, it might be some edge work that I have to fix, and I can do that rather easily. See? So in this case, there must have been a little bit of dried ink right in here. And I felt it before I put in there that was something different. So what I did was, first I blew it out and I still had it coming out when I was pressing for just air. And then what I did is I loosened the needle, took it out by holding the air, blowing it out, and then putting it all the way forward, twirling this needle back here, and then blowing it out again, and now you can see it's working perfectly. So you have to know, you have to feel what's happening with your airbrush. You know what I mean? And let's go ahead and pull this down. There we go. So now that edge work is really solid, right? And that's what we want. And let's reinforce these little shapes on her dress. Or blouse. I'm not sure what it is. So we're at 11:30, everybody. So that means we are done for today's live stream. But I'm pleased with how she's coming out. I think it's, you know, I'm doing justice, and that's what I want to do. I want to do Frida some justice when I'm painting this wonderful person. This very talented, amazing, beautiful artist. And so that's it. That's where we are right now. Thank you so much for that, Nameless. I appreciate it. Todd, Braden, thanks for stopping by, my friend. And thank you so much for the wonderful comment. I will see you Thursday. Zavi, how are you? Thank you so much for that. And, you know, just, I really appreciate everyone coming by to hang out. And one of the things, I just want to feel that light on Frida at this moment, and that's what I'm after. She's being bathed in light, whether it's sunlight or a flash, but that's what I really wanted to do, and that's what I hope to do. Patrick, John, thank you so much. Tone, thank you everybody. You all are fantastic. Raul, you know, Brad that was here, and Zavi, always great to see you. Such an honor. So you come by and say hi, and then we had Colette, and we also had Patty, and anyone else I missed, I'm sorry I missed you. That's, oh, we had Mike Deloach, of course, which was really great, and let's see if I'm missing anybody. Cat's Gallery, good to see you. I remember you were here. Thanks for hanging out. Take care, everybody. Don't forget, Saturday night, 8 o'clock is my pastel live stream, new project, which is going to be very interesting. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye, guys.